friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca and this is Curly Girl Budgeting. Today we're going to be stuffing my sinking funds with my side hustle income from my library position as well as one of my student rep positions. So we're just going to jump right in. I do have less this time around than I normally do because, I don't know if you guys remember, I was paid over September, I want to say, when I wasn't supposed to be. And I planned to not use any of it at all, but I had a medical bill come up that I needed to steal a little bit of that paycheck from that paycheck. So I stole a bit. So this paycheck, they actually took that little bit back, if that makes sense. So I gave them back what I had, and then whatever was remaining, they just took from this paycheck. So this time around, we are stuffing 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 175, 180. Those are all kinds of directions. Don't like that. Fix that really quick. Yeah, so normally I stuff, I don't know, 200-300 in here, probably closer to 300, but because of that little bit, I think it was 150, they had to take from my paycheck. It's a little bit smaller this time around, but as always, we'll make it work. So we're going to start with the daisy binder, and I'm not stuffing every envelope this time just because I do have less that I'm working with. But we'll still go ahead and count like always. So Beauty is not getting anything. And right now it has 150, 170, 190. And I will check and see if my little trackers are correct. Remember last time I did not have my pink highlighter on me. So 190 divided by 5 should be 38 of these little squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, so that's right. So 190 in there. I did mention once I fill this up and I'm at 300, I'm probably going to stop. My haircuts, the place I go charges by the hour is how it works, and it includes your tip, everything, whatever service you get. So cut, color, style, wash, doesn't matter. So sometimes they charge me the full hour, sometimes it's only a half hour. If it's a full hour, it's $175. So that'll at least get me through one haircut. I only get 2 a year. And then some extra if I want to get another haircut, buy hair products, get a pedicure, anything like that. Clothes, we're going to add 15. So take a 10 and a 5. And this is just a gift card I have from, or a store credit from a store here that I had to return something. And then we have 50, 70, 80, 95. So that is off by a little bit. Oh, I did have to, that's what it was. I had 4 pieces of clothing that had to be mended. Some had to be just fixed, some were too loose. So I did take that out of here. I think it was like 65 for all 4 pieces, so a little more than I expected, so I just pulled it out of here. So we'll play catch up a little bit. These 2 never get stuffed. Medical is getting 10, which I believe is also very far behind. It is. So we have 11, but definitely not even close to what's on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and start coloring what's left because I only have to make it until, I think April is when our FSA starts back over. So I'll just keep stuffing, and even if I don't have the full 1378, at least it's something leading up to April before that resets. Then Michelle is empty. She wasn't previously. I was working on rebuilding this tracker back up. I'll pull it out so you guys can see it. So I had quite a bit saved in here, and then we went on our anniversary dinner, which was so fun, but definitely not cheap. So I used all the money out of here, and then I started restuffing, but my wife does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and several of her trading partners competed in a tournament here, I want to say last weekend. So you had to pay to get in the door, food, gas, all that. So the little bit that was in here, I contributed to that day because that was our outing for last weekend. So very interesting to see, very cool. Not a sport I've ever done or seen, so very interesting. My wife is actually going to be trying to compete in February, so that'll be cool to see her move forward with that. Tattoos it's getting nothing, and right now it has 15, so we're only off by 2, so I'll just leave that as is. I'm not planning on getting any in a while. Vacation is getting 5. So right now we have 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 230, 240, 245, 250. So I'll put this back and then we can count squares. 250 divided by 30 is a little over 8, which I have 8 right now, so we'll just leave it that way. This, I'm just stuffing in general. I may have to dip into it a little bit for Christmas when I go see my family in North Carolina. I am saving my Christmas envelope for that, but if I don't have enough, I'll just steal from here. I'm also planning on doing a Thanksgiving meetup with my best friend and goddaughter, so I'll pull that from here. So we're gonna keep stuffing as much as we can because my wife and I do want to take a trip to Nashville next May when school's out. So I'm just gonna keep working on it, and if I dip into it here and there, then it is what it is. And that's my money for my cash envelopes. So then we'll move on to the paint binder. And it's pouring here in Florida per usual, so if you can hear the rain, enjoy. It's one of my favorite like soothing sounds. Birthdays is getting nothing. Car, we were working on oil change, but this time around it's not getting anything. Christmas, we're adding 20 into the travel and events. So let's grab 20. So now we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 15, 20. So 120 minus 20, minus 20, minus 10, minus 5, minus 5, minus 20, minus 20. So I'm off by 20. So let's color some in. We'll color these 2 10s. And this is the envelope I will use for travel to see family in North Carolina for Christmas. My wife should have the cost of our TT baby brunch covered with her Christmas savings. So mine's just going to cover that North Carolina trip because it is my family that we're going to see. So good start there. Just going to keep trucking away. House isn't getting anything, neither is Laser. Maeve, we're playing catch up a little bit, so she's going to get 30. So now we're at 51, 52, which was, oh goodness, I'm gonna mess up my months. We're in November, so that was September, October, 20, 40, 60, 70. So now we're almost done with the November chunk. So 30, 10, 30, 20, 25, 25, 20, 30, 20, 30. So coloring 30. I'll just do these 2 15s. So we're almost to the end of November. So I still need to do $30 more to reach my monthly goal of 100. I will have next week's cash envelopes, so hopefully I can save some out of there. And then I'll just keep going forward. If I'm behind like a little bit like I was this past month, then I'll just catch up when I can. New car is nothing. Otto in his vacation envelope is getting 10. Originally I was saving this for when I go to North Carolina, but we actually decided to bring the dogs. Otto grew up in North Carolina, so that's fine for him. But Cayman, the pitty, has actually never seen snow. So we figure we'll just take him with us, give him a little bit of adventure, save some money. And now we can take them to the state park, and not the lake because it's cold, but we can go hiking and find fun activities for them to do on the days when we don't have much going on. So now in Otto's vacation, we have 20, 30, 40, 50. So rather than test my brain, I'm just going to be lazy. 10. So these are all caught up, which is nice. So I'll do this 10. And then whatever I don't use, like I said, I'm not using this for Christmas, but obviously if we go somewhere and if we go to Nashville in May, we'll need to board them, so that'll just go towards that. And then skipping parties, I did decide we're going to my mother-in-law's house for Thanksgiving in a couple days, and this I probably shouldn't need to celebrate, but I was in a hurry and so excited that I had won free envelopes from Kristen Budgets that I just said parties. But what I'm thinking is anytime I go to any kind of celebratory event, I'm just going to pull from here, and then obviously as it builds up and we want to have bigger parties that we host, we can pull from there. But for my mother-in-law's, we always bring like Tupperware containers to bring home leftovers, which is always a ton. And I saw this really cool idea on Instagram, I believe, where it's those disposable muffin baking tins. So it has the aluminum foil base with the muffin compartments and then the lid with the like humps over each spot. And someone brought them for Thanksgiving so that each tray could be like a serving. So you might put mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, green bean casserole, turkey, whatever, all in this one container, and then you would just heat the whole thing up in the oven. My wife and I thought that was a really cool idea and easy to keep it portion-wise for meals, and then also just trash it when we're done instead of having to lug a ton of Tupperware. So I'm probably going to pull this from there when I go tomorrow to the store. I'm going to try and hit Dollar Tree first and see, but if not, I'll go to the grocery store. I'm going to pull that from here, being that it is for a holiday. Then retirement has to get skipped, unfortunately, and then school gets this last 90 because it always gets half of whatever I bring home. So that's 90. So let's add this in. 1, 2, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, 360, 370, 380, 390, 395, 400, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So 425 minus 60, 30, 30, 20, 10, 60, 40, 30, 10, 20, 20. Did I mess that up? Let's try that again. I said what, 425? So that's 1, 2, let's skip that. 20, 40, 60, 83, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 4. I don't have enough room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, so it is 425. So maybe I just subtracted incorrectly. Minus 60, 30, 30, 20, 10, 60, 40, 30, 10, 20, 20. Oh, you know what I probably did is there's no 5s on here, so I probably just am off because of that. So I'm going to color in 90. Just let me grab orange. So 50, 70, 90. And then next time, hopefully I can round it out so that the squares are correct. I don't keep confusing myself. But that is it for today. So per usual, most of it's going towards school because the goal is to graduate in 2024 entirely debt-free without any student loans or relying on credit card debt. So that's where the big chunk tends to go. And then what's left, I prioritize. Obviously this time with less income, I wasn't able to stuff every envelope, but that's what happens when I have to pay stuff back. So I have interviewed or have interviews for both alternative positions for the spring that would pay more and allow me to work from home. So I'm hoping one of those works out, and then that way I can exchange the library for those positions and 1, earn more, and 2, not have to be on campus for such long periods of time. So we'll see how that works out. I will be sure to keep you guys updated. You'll always see it here in my budget. But for now, that's it. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If not, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.